Today's daily verse, great verse, is out of Colossians 3, verse 1. I'll give you a second to get there in your Bibles. Since you have been raised to new life with Christ, set your sights on the realities of heaven, where Christ sits in the place of honor at God's right hand. I'll read that one more time for you. Since you have been raised to new life with Christ, set your sights on the realities of heaven, where Christ sits on the place of honor at God's right hand. Now, I was reading this verse. It made me think about this concept that I had learned my junior year of college when I took an intro to psychology class. And as you know, once you take an intro to any class, you're an expert on that topic. And so we learned about this idea of object permanence. And maybe you've heard that term used before. But in childhood psychology, it's the idea of the brain being able to recognize when something is obstructed from view within a given space. Our mind can understand that that object hasn't disappeared from existence. But for toddlers, when you play the game peekaboo, when you cover your face and you reveal it once again, they're surprised every single time. Because in their mind, you have actually ceased to exist and you have now entered back into reality. And it's surprising every time, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But the way that I think it applies to our life within this verse is this idea of how we fix our eyes on the reality of heaven. Paul is pointing out that because we have been raised to life, new life with Christ, because we've said yes to Jesus, we are called to set our sights on something beyond the earth, the space that we have here. And as Christians, we get that level of object permanence. We understand something that maybe non-Christians wouldn't understand. The idea of there's something else beyond what we have in our existence right here. That when you run into a tough situation or a bad relationship or sin enters your life, you know that that's not going to be your end. You know that there's something beyond the space and the corruption and the sadness and all the bad things that exist in our world. We know that that isn't all there is to reality. We know that there's something more. We know that there's something to hope in. We know that when a bad situation arises, that it's probably just going to be for a season. But imagine not being able to have that. Think about when you, the time before you were a Christian, that in that space, maybe every situation seemed hopeless. That who or what are you going to rely on when your reality gets shifted? Or when your reality starts to be shaken? What do you have to hope in? And so we as Christians have that object permanence. We have that knowledge and understanding that we have something beyond this realm to look forward to. We have something beyond ourselves to rely on and hope in, and we don't have to have it all figured out. And that is great. And that should give you hope, and it should give you an assurance and a confidence in your relationship with God. And so take that into your day, into your week, to fix your eyes on not what is seen, but what is unseen. Fix your eyes and your sights on the realities of heaven, because there's more to come and there's more to life than what is here right now. Thanks for watching.